Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
Hello, friends. Welcome to the Hy-Vee Today. Why do I get a frog in my throat as I'm about to talk? Why does that happen? Hahoo! There we go. Welcome to the Hy-Vee Today show. This is Tony Tone. It's Thursday, February 6th. Can you believe how fast this month is going? It just started, but here we are 6 days into it. It's absolutely crazy. We didn't get that snow that they were forecasting last night. I'm okay with that. I heard from some coworkers that live in Bluegrass. They had a little bit of a dusting, but as far as here in Muscatine, not much at all, which again is fine, but it is still winter in Iowa. There's a look at the extended forecast, everybody, on the screen. That's my weather guy voice. There's a chance for snow Friday. It's also like a bad Harry Carey. Hey, there's going to snow in Iowa. Everybody come get a dozen eggs and some bread. I should have a studio audience here more often. I'm usually not that funny, but thank you, ladies. Jeez, people are going to... My head's getting bigger as I'm sitting here. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. It didn't snow, and I'm okay with that. I want to mention a couple of things, and then we'll get to our guests. And we have kind of a unique set of first guests this morning, including some performances. So definitely stay tuned for that. If you're watching live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter, welcome. And if you're catching this tonight on MPW cable at 7:30 or 10:30, go to bed after they perform. Tonight it's a Thursday night steak dinner. So if you don't want to cook because it's winter or you're lazy or whatever, 4 till 7. I've done this where I just walk, before I leave work, I grab a steak to go. It's kind of amazing. This is 4 till 7 tonight, featuring my favorite cut, which is a New York strip served with carbs. So I'd probably pass on that. And then vegetables, however you want to say it. So that's 4 till 7, 8 ounce or 12 ounce. I bought a whole bunch of 8 ounce New York strips the other day because they were super cheap. And I'm using them for some meal prep. So isn't that special? So that's a bad Dana Carvey church lady impression. 2 for 2. And then let's see. I'm going to mention 2 more things. Obviously, Valentine's Day is February 14th, next Friday. Options galore in the store. That rhymed. So from things at the floral shop to giant boxes of candy or complete meals, we've got it all. That's on the back page of the ad this week. You can see on the screen right there different options. It's kind of like, how much are you in trouble? So are you $45 in trouble, or did you say something real bad and we'll see you for the $200 special? So don't forget, fellas, it's still Valentine's Day. Still, get this, February 14th. Or maybe you're just like the $25 wiener balloon with mints tied to it. And God bless. I mean, listen, I don't know. I do like that it says it's meant to be. That's cute. I don't think my wife would not like that. But not to say that it's not cool. It's great. It's a tremendous wiener dog balloon. It's one of the best I've seen, and it's only $25. And then I guess I'll mention from going to chocolate to talking about your cholesterol, because that's a good segue. This Saturday from 7 to 11 in the parking lot, we'll have the Hy-Vee Healthy U-Mobile, which is essentially the Hy-Vee RV. That makes it sound like Cousin Eddie's going to be driving it. It's a bus. Oh, this is getting even worse. It's the Healthy U-Mobile, where they're going to be checking cholesterol for free. So there's Kara Zigament, Hy-Vee dietitian. This is Saturday from 7 to 11 in the parking lot in the Hy-Vee Healthy U-Mobile. You can see the picture of the aforementioned Healthy U-Mobile right there. You have to fast ahead of time, so no food, just water. And it's totally free because February is National Heart Health Month, amongst other things. Oh, maybe I should just stop talking. I have a lot of tongue twisters. But there's Kara, and she's ready to see you. All right, so we're going to segue into talking about the arts, and we've talked a lot about the arts this week. We had Chris Anderson with us yesterday, local artist, and now we're going to talk to, I don't want to say a majority of the cast, but certainly a smattering of the cast members from Legally Blonde, the upcoming musical happening next week, if I'm not mistaken. This is presented by Muscatine Community College, and I'm so happy that everybody's here. I would like everybody to go around and introduce themselves. We'll start with Alyssa, who has a name tag on, and I cheated. How are you?
I'm great. I am, Alyssa Oltmans. I'm the theater director at Muscatine Community College.
Do you have any roles for plus-size salt and pepper
Oh, we cast all types of people. We choose shows that embrace diversity in every sense of the word. So, yeah.
That is such a good answer, isn't it? That is fantastic. So you're directing Legally Blonde.
Correct, I am.
All right, nobody knows this next person over here. She better introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Anna Mason Garb, and I'm playing Elle Woods.
Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, again, Legally Blonde, a movie several years ago. Reese Witherspoon played Elle. I think they did a sequel, made a bunch of money, and now Anna, you're playing Elle.
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
That's how I feel about it. I grew up watching the movie, absolutely loved it, loved what Elle stood for. And then when the musical came out, I absolutely loved that. And to be able to play a role that I've looked up to pretty much my whole life is very humbling, very honoring. And just all the emotions.
She's the perfect Elle. I mean, when she came in before audition, she was very communicative. I knew she was very interested, and I knew she was responsible because of the way she communicated with me. And when she came in and auditioned, it was just case closed. She was clearly Elle, and she continues to just naturally be Elle every single rehearsal.
I love it. Let's continue with the rest of the ladies.
Which camera am I looking at?
That one right there.
I'm Jen Colbert, and I am playing Paulette Bonafonte.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the folks at home that might not know the character, and I would encourage everybody, of course, to come to this show next week, and we'll talk more about the dates, but watch the movie. The movie's great.
Yes. So in the movie, Paulette is the nail and hairstylist, originated by Jennifer Coolidge, who's one of my all-time favorites. And my take on Paulette is just a little different than Jennifer Coolidge, but super fun.
All right. I can't wait. I have a Jennifer Coolidge story, so we'll get to that in a second. Last but not least.
My name's Elena, and I play Margot in the show, which is just one of Elle's best friends back home. So pretty excited to do that.
And Elena, I think everybody probably has experience performing, right? Or no?
This is my second show.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's good. That's two more than I've done.
Yeah.
Right? So what was the first one? It was not too long ago, right?
It was last year. It was Little Miss Sunshine.
Okay.
I played Olive Hoover.
Awesome.
So that was the lead. So I got the lead the first time.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I was real nervous.
I bet. Well, this is a big production, and it seems like there's been a lot of work. And I don't want to ignore our friend that's going to be tickling the keys back here. How are you, sir?
Sure, I'm Pat Burr. I'm the music director for the show.
Look at that. There's Pat. I mean, this is the first time we've ever had somebody. And Pat's got the Roland keyboard. Maybe he gets an endorsement from Roland now because I said that. All right, so Alyssa, it had a big success as a movie, but that doesn't mean that it will be made into a musical. If anything, maybe it's an interesting selection. So how long has it been a production? Because doesn't it have to be a certain amount of time before it's able to be done at the collegiate level, or what? How does that work?
Yeah, it all depends on multiple things. The Broadway edition debuted in 2008, if I'm not mistaken, and it just depends on how long a show stays on Broadway and rights and whatnot, touring editions of the show. But yeah, this show was nominated for multiple Tonys, and it's really become a cult classic. It wasn't on Broadway, as long as some shows, but it has gathered such a following, and I think it's actually a lot funnier than the movie. So
okay, so that I was going to ask, are there noticeable differences between Legally Blonde the musical versus the movie? Because I've seen both the movies. I love Reese Witherspoon. Mm-hmm. She just seems like she's super cool as someone that's that famous, right? But are there noticeable differences between the movie and the musical?
I would say it generally follows a lot of the movie. There are little differences, like Warner proposes to Vivian in the musical later than...
Oh my.
Yes, so Elle watches that happen versus Elle showing up to school like in the movie and she's already engaged to Warner, so.
So, and then, like, how long have we been rehearsing? I feel like I just saw... Jen, you posted, I think it was a picture of like move-in day for the set. So obviously the show is next. We should mention the show date. So it's the 14th through the
16th.
16th. So literally Valentine's Day, right? Valentine's Day
good
weekend.
Valentine's date.
Facebook event right there on the screen, 14th to the 16th. So how long have we been rehearsing? And then what does this next week look like? Are we doing a full dress yet? Or?
Yeah. We started in the fall because of student schedules and work schedules and stuff. We got an early jump on it. So auditions, and we all got our scripts early. And then we started rehearsing in November-ish, October, November. We started doing little rehearsals like these scenes and these people and these people. So then we can build everything and put it all together. So we've just been building and making the practices a little more each time. This week we're really working out the kinks and incorporating costumes and hair and makeup and microphones, which was a new experience for me. And then Saturday we start just chugging through everything. And
it's exciting. And I mean, is it how long is this Legally Blonde? How long is what's the runtime of the show? Is that something that
2 hours with
about
intermission?
2 hours with intermission.
And so again, we're talking about Legally Blonde the musical next Friday through Sunday, 14th to the 16th at, is it Central? Central Law School. The loading in fascinates me because you have to bring the whole.
That was fun.
It was a lot of fun. I almost had a door fall on me.
Oh my
Bruises
gosh!
and splinters will tell you everything.
Yeah.
So
it's a lot of work.
I just hope, I like the logistics and the planning and the back end of the work. Like people that are going to show up, maybe they just want to show up and have a good time, and that's fine, of course. But appreciating the amount of effort, and it's not like you have like these magical set builders that are coming in from New York City to build the set. I mean, it's everybody literally. It's hands on from performing. To literally bringing the set. So is it a big set, or there's a lot of set changes?
It's good size. It's pretty good.
It's a sizable set. The foundation of the set stays the same, and we just alter it scene by scene to change, exactly where we're at in a given scene. But we have brick flats, faux brick, and big double doors and furniture. I drove a 26-foot U-Haul. It was exciting. Yeah.
So it's a whole thing. I just hope everybody can appreciate that.
During school, getting let out during elementary release.
That was.
Sorry about that.
That was pretty
See the street
interesting.
traffic, and there's a picture that I saw. Moving day. Yes. All right. So tickets, $10. What? Yeah.
Ooh, it varies. So, general public, yes, $10. If you are a student of any age up through college age, you can show your school ID and get in for $5. And MCC students get in for free.
That's fantastic, and it's nice because it coincides with the 90th anniversary of Muscatine Community College, which is incredible. 90 years is, and the theater for 90 years.
Yes, the theater program has been around as long as the school.
Wow, I did not know that. So that's incredible. And again, there's so much information online. That's the MCC Theater Department Facebook page. There's a lot of videos. You've done a great job introducing the cast, and that's what I wanted to ask. How large is the ensemble for this show? Because it seems like there's quite a few people involved in Legally Blonde.
We have about 45. Yeah, and it's also special because we have faculty and staff members from the college who are doing little cameos, and so and we have 2 dogs in the cast. It's a full house.
Because Elle's character in Legally Blonde has a Chihuahua.
And I will have a Chihuahua for the show too, so I'm really excited.
So, what did you have to put on Facebook? Like, I need a Chihuahua for like a week, and then you can have it back. How did that work?
Our Chihuahua's mommy reached out to us when I started advertising auditions, and she said, it's on my bucket list to get my dog in the show. So it was pretty easy.
So is it like Full House where you have 2 Chihuahuas that look alike? It's like Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen. So you'll swap them out if the one dog gets stage fright or pees or something, or no? Is it just...
No, the show must go on. So we have one bruiser and one bruiser alone.
Okay. All right. So,
but he's great. I love him.
I just love that the owner of the Chihuahua was like, "Hold on, you're doing Legally Blonde. You need that's excellent. If you need a backup puggle, I'm happy to give you Archie, who just barks at people. So he would not be good. What about and I know we're going to perform a couple of songs, so I want to get to that, and which is nice because it's like a teaser for next week. Legally Blonde live 14th through the 16th of February. So the age range. I mean, Legally Blonde, the movie was it PG-13? So with respects to the musical, you know, I've got the 7 and 5-year-old, probably not for them. I just want to make sure that people watch this and they're like, oh, I'm going to bring my 3-year-old. I mean, what are we telling folks with respects to that?
PG-13 is a good, and I mean, that's a perfect rating for it. And quick plug, Hy-Vee is actually donating pink roses to our show each night. Elle gets a bouquet in the show, and then we are giving the bouquet away to an audience member. And we have some other Valentine's Day surprises. So
that's fantastic. And this is not the version of Legally Blonde the musical where Elle fights Bruce Willis, right? This is not.
No, but maybe next year we
can make that happen.
I kind of like that idea.
Come on out, Bruce.
It's a dark turn, and it turns into like a horror musical, and everybody gets eviscerated by Michael Myers. No, that's not this performance. This is Legally Blonde the musical, and I guess so. We're gonna 3 songs. Is that what we're gonna do?
Yeah.
So do you want to give us some background on the songs, or because I don't know, I haven't seen the musical. So whoever wants to answer that, what songs are we gonna perform this morning, and do you need me to accompany you?
Can you stand in the back with a tambourine? You got one of those to sing around.
Where's the show tambourine at? I think I left it in my other pants.
Do you want to do the bend and snap?
I don't know what that means.
Do you know how to do the bend
and snap? Is it from
snap?
the movie The Bend and Snap?
Yeah, it's from the movie
no, I'm
and
not
the musical.
doing that.
Are you sure?
Look at Cheyenne's like, I'll leave this up to the pros. All right, so what are the 3 songs we're going to hear?
So we're singing today What You Want, Ireland, and Legally Blonde.
Perfect. Okay. So I think, Chad, do you want everybody to take their microphone off and we'll just kind of sing into this one? Is that what you think would be best? Okay, so we'll do that. I'm going to scooch my chair out of the way here. All right. This is the second time. The first time we've had people perform, it was literally Dr. Dan, the Animal Man, with his guitar doing his vet songs, which is great. Dr. Dan, you're always welcome back. All right, so this is Legally Blonde, the musical, February 14th through 16th at Central Middle School. We're going to do 2 songs back to back, and we'll just remind you about the show, and then we'll close with the tune. All right.
Sounds good.
Put that right there.
Let's move that chair. There you go. Okay. Wait a second. This is the kind of girl Warner wants. Someone serious. Someone lawyerly. Someone who wears black when nobody's dead. Girls, I have a completely brilliant plan. What you want, Warner, what you want is me. But you need to see me in a brand new domain. Well, it's plain. Warner in a different setting. You will see you're getting all of this plus a brain. I'll meet you there at Harvard with a book in my hand. Big sturdy book, big wordy book, full of words I'll understand and write. There is where you'll see it too. Warner, what you want is right in front of you. What you want, it's clear. What you want, right here. What you want is right in front of you, front of you. What you want, it's clear. What you want, right here. What you want, it's right in front of you, front of you. Step 1, he's off to Harvard Law, so I get in there too. Step 2, make Warner reassess, impress him with my high IQ. Step 3, we throw a great big wedding and invite old town to new. So that's the song we sing when Elle decides that she's, going after her man.
All right, so I was so taken by it, and I love the reaction from everybody having breakfast. It was just the head turn, like, what's going on? Because when I sing, I just get nothing. So, all right, so that was first song, and then the second song is Ireland. Okay, my native country. So again, we're talking to no. Legally Blonde the musical, February 14th through 16th at Central here in Muscatine. Take it away, friends.
All right.
You're lost without your love. Your heart is on the floor. I can help you, I've been there before. When I need to relax, I just put on some tracks from the CD I bought for the store. There. Isn't that relaxing? It's called Celtic Moods. See, my mom was 3/4 Italian, and my father I never knew. But my grandfather came from Ireland, the land where dreams come true.
Ireland?
Yeah, Ireland.
Oh, okay.
He said all Irishmen are like heroes. They're descended from poets and kings. So I swore I'd get married in Ireland in a wedding like Lord of the Rings. And my red-headed groom, I can see him as we stroll past the churches and farms. He's a sailor named Brendan or Liam. He can dance without moving his arms. In a bar once I met this guy Dewey, and he bought me like 14 beers. And he told me that he was from Ireland, and I lived with him 10 years. And the wedding he kept on postponing, still I followed him round in a fog. And he left with some skank named Kayla, took my savings and took my dog. My grandfather should have just shut it. Every story he told me steered me wrong. Every dream that he gave me got gutted. All that's left is this weird and your song. But hey, you should not give up on Ireland. Just be careful you don't get played. And don't drink till you're tearing your top off and you flash the St. Patrick's Day parade. See, a smart girl like you has a future. You have hope as each new day dawns. Girls like you always get to see our land. Send my love to the leprechauns.
Wow, that was great. I was laughing out loud a couple of times. Like, that song had some arcs. It was like, oh, this is kind of intense, and then there was a whole parade thing. And all right, so once again, just a little sampling of what's to come next weekend, February 14th to 16th at Central. I want to just, we got our friend Callie Van Zant says, girls, you are killing it. Shout out to everybody that's watching online. Caleb Drawbaugh is out there all the way at Northwestern. That's pretty cool. Ashley Lovelace and my buddy Steve DeVore, who's in Nashville. So that's cool. Muscatine native. All right. So one more song. And again, the flyers on the screen. There's so much info regarding the show. Tickets, $10 if you're not a student. If you are a student, $5 if you go to MCC. It's free. Celebrating 90 years of MCC in the theater department. And maybe now you're realizing how awkwardly tall I am. That's fine.
No,
People are always like,
too.
I was going to say, you're just a little bit taller than Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah, just a smidgen.
Reese is like, not that I've ever met Reese, but she's just like, remember that time that my friends and I tried to buy tickets to Cruel Intentions when we were too young, and then we had to see the Jake Gyllenhaal Rocket movie? Nobody remembers that? Okay, that was me. All right, so last song is what?
Legally Blonde.
Perfect. Well, imagine that. The title track from Legally Blonde, friends. All right, take it away.
Take back the books and pack up the clothes. Clear out the room and drop off the key. Leave with what's left of my dignity. Get in the car and just go. Chalk it all up to experience. They said I'd fail, but I disagreed. Who could say then where my path would lead? Well, now I know. Back to the sun, back to the shore, back to what I was before. Back where I'm known, back in my own very small pond. Laugh with my friends when I arrive. We'll drop the top and just drive. That's fine with me. Just let me be legally blind.
So again, if you like what you heard, and it's super cool to have an opportunity to hear 3 of the songs from Legally Blonde, the musical, you should come next Friday through Sunday, the 14th to the 16th. This is the best keyboard ever. It looks so heavy. It's so nice. And then it is a musical, so is the entire thing in song, or is there some dialogue? It seems like it's a dumb question, but
Like, if you saw Les Mis, the movie, it's not like that. There are some words, but there's a lot of singing too.
so it's maybe more comparable to like The Greatest Showman, where there's some dialogue and some singing. Is that fair?
Yes. We have plenty of dialogue. So if you're someone who gets annoyed and says, "Why do you have to sing every sentence?" We have spoken sentences.
On a scale of the New Cats, 1 to 10, is it better than the New Cats? Okay.
A million times better.
That was a little shot at the New Cats movie. It's not the best. Well, thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. Break a leg, which is good luck, right? And then what are the show times really quick? So 14th, 15th, 16th.
7 p.m., 7 p.m., 2 p.m.
Okay, so Friday the 14th at 7, Saturday the 15th at 7, and then the matinee on Sunday, 2 p.m. And hopefully, maybe you go to all 3 shows because you're so impressed. And if not, make it to one of the shows, because supporting the arts in Muscatine is a big deal. And I thank you all for being here. And I'm assuming there'll be a show. It's so weird. We're in February, so is there a show in the fall then, or
May. In May, early May, we have a straight play, so that means a play that doesn't have songs, and it's called Proof.
Okay. Oh, is it based off the movie Proof?
The movie came from the play.
Oh, I sound like Keith Morrison. Oh. So maybe auditions for that TBD?
That's actually already been cast, but in the fall, we'll have auditions for another fall play and then our spring musical, so lots of opportunities.
Excellent. Well, thank you all again for being here. I really appreciate it. This is super cool. Like I said, I love live music in the morning, and again, the reaction from everybody that was in here they were so taken aback. It was awesome. All right, so Chad, what do you think? Aisle cam? Perfect. We'll go to the CBI Bank and Trust aisle cam. We'll let you all go. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Legally Blonde next weekend, 14th to the 16th. That'll be a good time. All right, there's the CBI Bank and Trust aisle cam. It's Thursday. Thank you so much. You guys were awesome. That was super cool. Wow. Like, I feel like it's, that people sing, but then you hear them sing, and you're like, wow, that's really good. Like, because I can't carry a tune. Jen, great job. That was amazing. Wowzers. Yeah, that was the real deal, friends. So what else do you need to know? You got to get tickets and don't miss the show, right? That's definitely one that you can enjoy. Legally Blonde, the musical. So maybe you saw Legally Blonde, the musical, or maybe you just love the movie. Or if that's the first time you've ever heard of Legally Blonde, you had no context. What is Legally Blonde? And now you're like, oh, I want to watch the movie. Please feel free to do so, right? If we introduced you to that, happy to do it, because it's a very good movie, and it's definitely like empowering and funny and has a heart, and it's just good. It's good stuff. All right, so I think our guy Chris has the Toyota Muscatine cart cam fired up, and we'll send him out on a little run today, February 6th. In addition to having cast members from Legally Blonde, February 6th is also National Frozen Yogurt Day. So I kind of thought we could send Chris with the Toyota Muscatine cart cam towards the frozen department to look for some Froyo. So Froyo, frozen yogurt, maybe a little healthier for you than real ice cream, and definitely an option. February 6th is also Girl and Women in Sports Day, and it is Lame Duck Day. So I hope to never be called a lame duck except maybe by, I don't know. Like, I'm 36. I don't think I'm lame. Maybe I'm lame. I don't know. I feel like some days I feel lame, but that's just because of lack of sleep, maybe. So, all right, do we have Chris with the car cam? Is he fired up out there? He's gone, that's for sure. They're trying to figure it out. Perfect. All right, well, we can check back in with him. Chad, we do have some froyo right over here. It looks like Chris brought some Black Jack Cherry Kemp's frozen yogurt. It's been a while since I've had frozen yogurt. I remember distinctively when a TCBY yogurt came to Elmwood Park, Illinois, where I grew up for the first 12 years, and it was like the biggest thing ever. I'm like, frozen yogurt, what's that? And then they tell you it's healthy, and then you're like, can I put gummy bears in it? And I'm like, that doesn't make it healthy. You can't just put, like, there's like, you start with a base of something healthy, and then you're just compounding it with like, I normally don't have a sleeve of Oreos, but it is frozen yogurt. Like, it's not going to balance itself out. You can trust me, I had a thing of Rebel ice cream for dinner last night, which, by the way, is sugar-free, 4 carbs. Fantastic. All right. So we'll check in with the car cam in just a second. That's okay. We have another set of guests that are not going to sing unless Alma and Chris want to. And I would be fine with that if that were the case. All right. So Alma Brunson is here. And Chris, your last name gives me anxiety. I think it's Cias. Chasto, and you've been on before.
It's okay.
Alma, it's great to see you.
Good to
Chris,
see you too.
Chasto, pleasure.
Thanks for asking because I didn't know how to pronounce it either.
Chasto.
Chris is cha-cha-cha.
There you go.
How can I forget cha-cha-cha? I don't know how I could forget that.
Cha-cha-chasto Chris.
The spelling is confusing.
Yeah.
Chris Chasto. All right, so welcome. I'm happy that you're here. We're going to talk about the Michaela Brunson Memorial Blood Drive, which starts on Monday
the 10th. So
and we're located literally where we're sitting right now. On that side of the wall is the Mississippi Valley Regional Blood Center donor location.
exits are here, blood center's there.
Right, that's right. So this is a great opportunity for folks to donate blood. And I know how important it is to donate during the winter. I want to get to that. But Alma, your family, I mean, today being the day that I don't, but 4 days a week I take my kids to school and I have to walk in my 5-year-old to the Early Learning Center, and every day I see the Brunson Buddy Bench.
Yes.
So your family has taken a personal tragedy and done so much good in Michaela's name. It's unbelievable.
I think, it's often said, oh, you're so strong. I don't think I'm strong.
Mm-hmm.
I think when you're not given a choice, you do what you can to survive.
Sure.
And we've chosen to honor Michaela's memory by helping others.
Sure.
By giving, doing the blood drive to give people life, to talk about organ donation, to give people an opportunity. So we were embraced by our community when Michaela passed away, and the Buddy Bench was one of the things that her elementary school did. And it is warms my heart to hear you bring that up.
Yeah, I mean, I see it every day and I look at it, right? There's not a time that I don't look at it and I'm just like, wow, that is so powerful. And of course, I've had the pleasure of emceeing the senior scholarship night at the high school for 2 years in a row, and I didn't know that you guys would be there presenting the scholarship the first year that I emceed. And so again,
you do a great job of emceeing that, by the way. We really appreciate
That's
you.
A long night.
It's a long night. It's an amazing night.
It is an amazing night.
Yeah.
There's so much generosity, but
There is.
But again, to do the Buddy Bench and the literally paying it forward with the scholarships to help graduating seniors. And now the blood drive, and correct me if I'm wrong, is this the second year? Or?
This is actually the third year.
Third year, okay.
This is the third annual Michaela Blood Drive. So we do it in February because Michaela's birthday is February 20th. So it's our way of celebrating Michaela's birthday, again, celebrating a life by giving life.
It's unbelievable. And Chris, obviously the business that you're in, without, I mean, almost
Hi, everybody.
goes without being said, but during
Welcome
winter,
to the
February
first ever
included,
Hy-Vee
donations
today.
are down.
Inside
Definitely.
Muscatine
Yep.
Hy-Vee.
Trying to rebound from those
it's
holidays.
really exciting.
Yep.
I think people don't know, typically Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, it's about 1,000 unit loss every day that we're closed across our 4 states and 19 donor centers. So always, that's why we're asking.
Right. And it's not a matter of, again, I've, Kirby that is at the blood center in Davenport, I've been friends with for, 12 years now. So I know a little bit, and I've toured the facility, and the journey of blood is something that we've talked about. So for folks that are going to come out to the Muscatine Donor Center, literally right next door to Hy-Vee here, next Monday, the 10th through the 14th for Michaela's Memorial Drive. When they give blood that day, can you just tell them the journey of that donation? Because more times than not, it may wind up back right in Muscatine at Unity Point Health potentially.
Absolutely, yeah. So once a donor gives a unit, so which should be like a pint or a pound of blood, 6 vials for testing, all of that goes back to our headquarters in Davenport to be turned into components. So that's why when we say one bag of life, so to speak, really can impact the lives of 4 patients.
Sure.
And then we supply 100 hospitals in Iowa, Illinois, Wisconsin, and Missouri, including local hospitals here. So Muscatine, of course, the Quad City hospitals, Iowa City hospitals, Burlington, Washington. So essentially, that's why we're a regional blood provider, is that we're serving lots of hospitals in multiple states. So yeah, as soon as those units come in, they're tested, parted. Platelets are only good for 5 days out of your body, so they're literally, coming in, getting tested, right back out into another hospital. And we are the exclusive provider of Unity Point within this region. So
it's a big deal. I mean, there's people, we both, all 3 of us know, there's people right now as we're sitting here in a grocery store doing a talk show that are relying on blood for whatever they're going through.
Sure.
And when you hear about 1,000 units a day decreased because of the winter, again, very mild winter, people need to get out and donate. So I hope that it's next week, certainly. What do they need to do, Alma? I mean, obviously, Michaela's Memorial Drive starts Monday the 10th, goes to the 14th. Do they need to just call and set up an appointment?
Yes, they're encouraged to set up an appointment. It just kind of helps, it takes a little time to get the paperwork and then get you set up and all that. So we encourage people to call the blood center or call Chris. There's a couple of different ways you can do it online, I believe.
Yes.
And you can call the center, you can call Chris, set up an appointment that's convenient to you.
Sure.
They have various hours, and that's one of the reasons that we kind of extended it for the day. People work. It's hard to make those certain hours.
Yeah.
So, we've got from 1:30 to 6:30 and Orton noon to 5. 7 to 11 on various days. So it's helpful to call and make an appointment. They do accept walk-ins, but it's always better to make an appointment.
Yeah, and I wonder, I mean, obviously, to have something in its 3rd year, and I don't know the numbers or amount of blood, but I imagine that the last 2 have been successful, which is incredible because you're talking about blood donated during a time when it's not happening, and to be able to get it to where it needs to go.
They have been successful, and that's always wonderful that people give. But the point really of the drive is to celebrate that life and to encourage people to give.
Absolutely.
To give back and to give. That's really, as Chris mentioned, it helps so many people. And you always think of blood drives as the blood, but there's also plasma, and that helps cancer patients. There's so many things that benefits that come from blood drive.
No, you're right, and it's fantastic to have that many days available for people and the various times you can see on the screen. Everybody at home that's watching, 1:30 to 6:30 on Monday, Tuesday 1:30 to 6:30, Thursday the 13th, so a week from today, 12 to 5, and then Friday, I mean, Valentine's Day would be perfect time, right? 7 a.m. Maybe you do it before work.
It's a romantic date,
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
That's right. Get with your loved
The couple
one.
that gives blood together stays together.
Well said.
Chris, for that I'd never thought of it that way, Alma. That's a great way to. Yeah. For folks that have never donated blood, they feel sometimes. I feel like it's a cumbersome process, and it's really not. But if it is. If it's somebody watching and they're like, I've never donated blood, but I want to celebrate Michaela and I want to do it, how much time would it be for that first-time donor ahead of sitting down? Because I think people always feel like, because when you're giving blood, that's not the long part, right? You might have more time hanging out, like drinking something or eating a cookie. The donation part is quick, but what does that first-time donor need to know?
Sure. Well, everybody needs photo ID, of course. I'd love to use an example. I belong to a women's outdoor club in the Quad Cities, and we had an in-center, and I had a friend in the club who's 42 years old, has never donated blood.
Sure.
She's perfectly healthy. So she just needed a little nudge.
Gotcha.
And encouraged her to prepare appropriately, eat a hearty protein-based meal, really increase your water intake, and then come in and frame it appropriately. I am focused on saving 4 lives.
Right.
This is not about me,
Sure.
right? Or this labor of love that I'm
Sure.
providing for
Sure.
people I will most likely never meet,
Mm-hmm.
but nonetheless will be impacting their life, their families' lives. So Jen came, I'm happy to report, had a successful donation.
Awesome.
Not any kind of adverse feeling. She has literally booked 5 more appointments throughout the entire 2020. So yes, so you too can be a first-time donor.
Right.
And you don't have to do it alone. You can bring a companion,
Bring your
seasoned
date.
veteran, a date, that's right. And come in, and really it's about 45 minutes start to finish.
Okay.
Only about 10 minutes of that needle in your
That's just
arm.
it,
The
yeah.
more water you drink, the less time it's in there.
Right.
So, hydrate, not the coffee, but the water.
No, it's
and,
fantastic.
And then again, if you're just really focused on that positive outcome, you're going to have a good experience too.
Right, and that's what it's all about, certainly. So I hope that if you're watching, you feel compelled to get involved. So Alma, the drive next week, Monday to Friday, buddy bench, the scholarships, are there? I mean, that's a lot, but are there other things that your family has thought about doing?
There
to honor Michaela?
are.
Yeah.
We do have some other things, but I don't
Okay.
want to lose this thought. I want to
Sure.
give a big shout out to the Muscatine High School Key Club.
Okay.
The Key Club is they host Michaela's blood drive at the high school. So we talk about the importance of eating and hydration. My family and I, we go to the high school. It'll start Monday for the high schoolers.
Awesome.
A lot of times we have to catch the fainters because high school kids don't eat breakfast. Kids eat breakfast,
right.
eat a good hearty breakfast, and drink your water.
Yes.
I think that's something I'm guilty of as well. I don't always
Sure.
eat my breakfast, but drink your water, kids.
Absolutely.
But huge shout out to the Key Club kids. We had the opportunity to go and visit with them at the high school and tell them a little bit about Michaela because they are supporting the blood drive,
Sure.
but they've never met her. So it was
Right.
important for us, for them to know her. So we came in and had the opportunity to visit with them. But one of the other things that our family does in honor of Michaela is my husband, along with Zach Kincaid and Brian Moiselle, have created Michaela's Hope.
Okay.
And Michaela's Hope is a charitable foundation. It's at the Greater Muscatine
Yep.
Foundation. That's where it's at. And we hope to raise money, raise funds to get mental health resources, programs
Sure.
in our community. Again, it's important for us to give back to our community that embraced us and held us and grieved with us when Michaela passed. So that's another important thing
Yeah,
that we do.
it certainly seems like, again, this, and I ad nauseum talked about the stigmatisms that we can attach or that are attached, unfortunately, to talking, even just talking about mental health. I mean, I had Vicki Walters on with National Alliance on Mental Health, NAMI, and it still exists in it, and I don't understand why. I mean, it's like the
does.
one thing we're all comfortable talking about: breast cancer and heart health and getting a colonoscopy and every other type of cancer, infectious disease. But when it gets to that mental health, people just kind of
Yes, there is.
and then it's okay to not know what to say, but
Right.
you can at least empathize that more services are better, right?
Yes,
And for
yes.
Muscatine County, you're talking about 40,000 people or whatever. It makes sense that we need to be
Right.
better equipped, right?
Correct. And that's one of the reasons that our family speaks so openly about it.
Sure.
There is that stigma that comes with mental health and suicide. Suicide rates are incredibly high.
Sure.
And we need to have services, and we need to care for one another. And
Yeah.
you don't have to know what to say. You don't have to know, but just knowing that someone cares and reaching out and saying, "Hey, you doing okay?" and just listening. You don't have to have the answers. Sometimes just knowing that someone cares, and that was something that Michaela did a lot in her day-to-day life. She did little things that to someone else. To Michaela, it was just, "Hey, how you doing?" A smile, a compliment.
Yeah.
That's a great glue on you, Tony.
Thank you.
And to Michaela, it was just
Yeah.
being nice
Yeah.
to someone that really changed a bad day into a good day,
Absolutely.
that someone cared enough. So you don't always have to answer, but we need to educate ourselves. We need to educate ourselves about mental health.
There's so much to be said about the subtleties and the stillness, right? That can come in those conversations, like you said, where you're just listening and taking it in, and then, yeah, to your point, of course, like, it can be holding the door open for
Yeah.
someone.
Yeah.
I mean, we're and I'm guilty of what I'm about to say. So I don't want to be a hypocrite, but we're all just like here.
Yes.
And I promise you that, like, just I really try. If I'm going into a place, like, it's so easy to hold the door open for somebody. It's kind of ingrained in my head, the Hy-Vee thing, to say hi to everybody. So
Right.
when I'm not here, I say hi to strangers, and they kind of look at me like. But the thing that I like about Muscatine, this community, and what's kept me here is this.
We're awesome.
Everybody's so nice. I mean, and I know that that's a broad statement, but I would challenge you, if you're watching, to go to a social hub like a grocery store in a big city, and you'll feel literally how cold it is.
Yeah.
And everybody's busy and rushing, and it's just I don't know. You're right. Those subtle exchanges.
Yeah. I think for as connected as we are,
Yeah.
we're disconnected.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, some of us don't even know how to have basic conversations,
Conversation,
and that
yeah.
is super
Yeah.
scary to me because mental health has to be a two-way street, right? We have to have enough services to help with mental health, but then we also want folks that are impacted or not knowing what's going on to feel like it's okay to open up or talk, or
Right,
you know,
right.
and if not, then that's where we need to pay. It's very complex, right?
It
This
is.
is not. That's why maybe it's hard to unpack, because there's a lot to it.
There is.
But I just hope that we get to that point where nobody feels like they can't
Right.
say out loud.
You wouldn't say to someone that has cancer, "Well, get over it, buddy." You know,
Right.
You'd be
Yeah.
like, "What? Can I
Yeah.
bring you
Right.
something to eat? Can,
Yep.
sit with them
Yep.
during their chemo or what have you." So these are the kinds of things. And again, I emphasize that you don't have to have the answer, but just sitting with someone in their dark time and
Sure.
just letting them know it's okay. And I'm so glad you're here.
Sure.
I'm so glad you're here, and I think those are words that need to be heard, because when you have depression, your brain kind of, I say, it lies to you. It says, you're not important, nobody
Sure.
cares, and it's not true. But your brain is lying to you. So having that connection, that communication,
Absolutely.
you're important. I'm glad you're here, and just having someone just sit with you is nice.
Yeah, and again, I just hope if you're watching, you can take away a lot, but whatever you're able to do, whether it's be a good listener for someone, have a conversation. If you feel compelled to donate blood next week, that would be fantastic. If you want to, I always jokingly say this, but if you're rich and you don't know what to do with all that money you have, why not make a donation to Michaela's Hope?
Every little bit helps.
Yeah,
Every
I
little
mean,
bit helps.
again, it's set up at the Community Foundation of Greater Muscatine. You can call Charlotte Schaefer and her crew and say, "Hey, I've got all this money. I hope to be able to say this at one point in my life. I don't know what to do
Right?
with it."
Yeah, me too.
You could do so much good, and then at the same time, like, yeah, it's just very impressive to me, as I said in the onset, the amount of things that your family has made the decision to actively do, because you could have just as easily said, no, this is a personal tragedy, and I don't know how to put it into words, the amount of respect I have and admiration for everything that you guys have done.
Thank you. That means
Yeah.
a lot. But when your child dies, the love that you have for that child does not die with
Sure.
them. So we have a lot of love to give still today, and we are just continuing Michaela's legacy of love and sharing Michaela's light, doing what Michaela would probably be doing if she was here. She
Right.
would be encouraging people to donate blood. She'd be encouraging people to be an organ and tissue donor. She would encourage people to do random acts of kindness, because that's who Michaela was. And so we are just continuing what Michaela would be doing.
Is there anything better than the random act of kindness? And like, I've done it in a fast food line, and I just like, pay for the car behind me. And then that happened to us not that long after, and we were getting ready to go to Chicago, and we had like one of those $20 drive-through orders, and I was like, are they sure? And like the person that paid was like waiting for stuff, so we kind of like pulled up, and I was like, you're sure about this, right? Because I'm sorry, there's like 7 hash browns in there, and like, you're good. And
Half
they're
of
like,
them are going to wind up on the floor.
yeah, that's right. Or thrown at me. They were just like, we're good. So yeah, and again, if you think that it's, I don't even want to say if you think that it's meaningless, because it's just not true, right? And yeah, I'm all for that, and continuing to honor Michaela through all these different ways. So I hope if you're watching again next week, you have the whole week to donate blood, or the whole week to write that big check, or the whole week to buy more buddy benches, and let's have them at all the schools.
Open the door for someone, pay someone a compliment.
Yes.
Little things that cost nothing but leave a huge impact.
Absolutely. And I imagine, Chris, on your side of things, busy week next week, probably more staff ready to accept the donations, get people on their way.
Absolutely.
Good.
And I would love to give a little shout out to Kent Corporation.
Okay.
Because they're hosting the following Monday also in memory of Michaela.
That's cool. I did not know that.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to say a
Kent
little.
is my husband's employer.
Gotcha.
And they have generously partnered with us, and that is strictly for Kent employees.
Okay.
But they have been also very supportive of our family.
Yep.
So yes, huge shout out to Kent.
That's okay. So that's a lot of blood donations between what the MHS Key Club is doing at the high school.
Correct.
What's going on through that wall, literally. I mean, right? We should just put a door right here at the Mississippi Valley Regional Blood Center donor location here in Muscatine, and then Kent. Yeah, they just have a couple employees in Muscatine.
Just a couple. Just a couple.
Just a couple. So
Yeah.
that's really exciting, and to know again that all of the blood that is collected will be utilized.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because and I almost wish that it wouldn't be.
Right.
Like, but that demand. I mean, the blood, as Kirby with the Blood Center always says, the blood drive knows no seasons. It's not like you never know what's going to happen or what the need would be for blood or platelets or the plasma or what. I mean, it's fascinating, and it's just great.
I also want to note that if any of our Quad City friends want to donate, that it's at any center.
Yes.
Okay.
So if they're in the Quad Cities, Davenport, in that area, you can give there, and just say you want to give to Michaela's blood drive, and the number is 3427.
So 3427 is the number that you would note, and this is great. So there's more
That felt
info.
a little bit like Idol. 3427. You know when they do that. Yeah. I
American
can't sing,
Idol.
but I could go get my harmonica.
I know you had to follow.
Yeah, you don't want me to play my harmonica.
You have a harmonica?
I do. I did this. The new thing is learn something new every month, and this month, January, was learn the harmonica.
Okay.
It's February.
Yeah.
I don't know how to play the harmonica.
How did Brian feel about the harmonica?
He was not happy. It
bet.
went missing periodically.
That's so weird.
Almost every day it went missing.
What are the odds of you donating blood in some type of inflatable suit or as the Grinch?
You know what I thought about? Okay,
you might not even know that. Chris.
T-Rex could,
Yeah.
but then it poke a hole in it, so that T-Rex won't. But I don't know.
true.
We
Chris,
might
I
figure
want
something out. Could play the harmonica while I give blood.
There you
Oh
go.
boy.
Our staff
free,
would love that.
Free earplugs during that donation. So, Chris, you might not know that one of the many times we had Santa and Mrs. Claus in the store this past Christmas season, I was surprised to see the Grinch was ringing the bell for the Salvation Army. And I noticed that the Grinch was accompanied by Mr. Brian Brunson, and I thought, there's no way that it's Alma. And it was fantastic. I'm not saying not like this was like a full-on
Right. But I love the
Grinched out.
message. Don't be a Grinch.
Don't be a Grinch.
Right?
Yeah.
Help
That
people
was.
who are less fortunate than
I just
yourself.
like the bar, like the Brunson bar though,
It's
Alma, because
high.
the year before you had the inflatable T-Rex suit, and I remember being like,
That kept me very warm at the Walmart location. That worked out really great.
but I'm saying you went like inflatable T-Rex, Grinch.
What's next?
Yeah, stay tuned, I guess.
That's
I just like that I've been surprised both times. Like I did not know it was you and
now
the
I gotta
T-Rex.
really step up my game this year.
right.
Because the T-Rex was like, "Hey Tony, it's over." I was like, "What? There's the Grinch!" Yes. Oh, that's fantastic. I wasn't even going to mention it. I'm so glad we have the technology to find the picture of the. But it was so funny. So many kids were like enamored.
Yes, the kid,
like,
both the T-Rex and the Grinch. The kids, it's about the kids.
Yeah,
it's
I
just,
love it.
it's really just getting people excited. And I'm Salvation Army. The kettlebell campaign is phenomenal.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah.
Having people respond to that this year was amazing.
You know, I want to come back to, and we'll wrap up in just a second, because in case you have to go to work or anything. I mean, Chris's work is next door.
Don't tell my boss.
Don't tell your boss.
Don't tell my boss I'm here.
I'll write you a note. But something that happened, again, maybe it was the next day after Michaela passed, there was this incredible story that came out of Muscatine High School where in an era of smartphones and whatever, there were encouraging Post-it notes throughout the school. And I just think to harken back to what Alma was saying, like, whether it's verbalizing to someone like, hey, I appreciate everything you do, or if it's as subtle as a note, a random Post-it note on a mirror in a bathroom. Like, what an unbelievable, I don't even know who did it, but it was such a great thing to see, because oftentimes young people are lumped together as maybe, not caring or whatever, but that was such a nice thing that happened.
The student body did some amazing things to honor Michaela. They did bands, they raised money selling Michaela bands.
Yep.
All of that money went to her scholarship. That's awesome. Now is going back to that student body. That is just amazing. And they still have Post-its that appear periodically.
That's cool.
At the high school. And if you ever go out there, you'll see peacock feathers that have become kind of a symbol of Michaela's hope.
I did not know that.
The story behind the peacock feathers is when we were on a family vacation, Michaela loved peacocks, and she was determined to get a peacock feather.
Okay.
And she chased and looked for the peacocks. And the zookeeper came up to her and said, honey, you don't want to do that. They're actually kind of mean. And so she was kind of, dejected and sad. And so the zookeeper wound up finding her later on and presented her with 2 peacock feathers that he had found.
That's awesome.
And she just thought that was the greatest thing. And so she just always, and peacock feathers like Michaela are very unique and beautiful and just capture your eye. And that's a good representation of her.
I've seen them, so I didn't make the connection. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you both being here again. Chad, if we can put the flyer on the screen one more time. If you're watching, Michaela Brunson Memorial Blood Drive next Monday the 10th through Friday the 14th at the donor location for the Mississippi Valley Regional Blood Center, which is next door to Hy-Vee. MHS Key Club doing a drive at the high school for high school students. And then the following Monday, which would be the 17th, if I'm not mistaken, for Kent employees, you can donate as well. If you're in the Quad Cities, at any donor location, use the number 3427. Time's on the screen, location, all the info is there, and I appreciate you both for being here, and I know it'll be a success.
Thank you for the opportunity to share.
Yeah,
Tony,
absolutely.
Thank you for this program that it really brings to light and brings our community together and gives us a platform.
Appreciate that.
We appreciate having you.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you as
Chris,
well.
good to see you again.
You too.
It's been too long.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Tell Kirby
on.
I said hi.
I will.
Yeah, I feel like when I said I've known Kirby for like 10 or 12 years, I felt like more gray hairs like pop out. I was like I met
that's
Kirby
a long
when I was
time.
24 or 3, and now I'm 36. Oh,
Age
Kirby's
is nothing
a good
but a
guy.
number.
That's right.
Amen. All right, let's go cart cam. All right, perfect. Oh, Cheyenne got the gesture for the cart cam. That was fantastic. All right, so we got the cart cam. We're in the frozen food section because today, again, is National Frozen Yogurt Day. So Chris is back there. And listen, if you need the Fro-Yo or the real ice cream, or I would recommend highly the Rebel ice cream in the Health Market freezer section. I'm telling you, there's no real sugar in it. Thank you. The Rebel ice cream is tremendous. I mean, last night, the salted caramel, I ate the whole thing. No real sugar. It's got erythritol, which is a sugar alcohol that doesn't raise your blood sugar levels. If not, you've got, look at how many different kinds of ice cream and yogurt, and there's so much. We have the frozen yogurt sitting on ice. Oh man, this is definitely a little soupy. This is Blackjack Cherry smooth and creamy frozen yogurt, and there's more Fro-Yo on the screen. I want to look at the nutritional facts, and not as bad as I thought, but yeah. So this is the whole thing. I like the packaging on this. It looks good in my hand. The Kemp is Kemp since 1914. They've been making frozen yogurt since 1914. What'd they serve it in, a bucket? Like, we got this burlap sap we're gonna put right here for your yogurt. People in 1914 were like, what? You don't have to sweep up the ice. It's water. There it is, right there on the screen. Kemp's Blackjack Cherry. What makes it what is the deal? I don't understand. If you ate the whole thing, it's only 300 carbs. That's not bad. It's a lot. All right. I have to mention a couple of things, and we're going to get out of here because this has been a long but great show. Super good. I mean, what a balance of guests or variety, however you want to put it. That's very excited for everybody that's been here. So, but I want to mention a couple of things. And again, I'm going to kind of go quick. So we've got some news at the store I told you about earlier this week, changing the hours at your Muscatine Hy-Vee, the store hours, starting next Monday, February 10th, 6 a.m. until 11 p.m. Please keep that in mind. If you have any questions connected to that, you can always reach out to the store via telephone, or if you want to send us a Facebook message, we're happy to answer any questions you have. But 6 a.m. till 11 p.m. is what we're planning on doing starting this coming Monday. It's Thursday, so again, real quick, Thursday, steak night, 4 till 7. If you don't want to do the cooking tonight, we'll get you taken care of this week, doing a New York strip steak, 8-ounce or 12-ounce, served with a potato or potato, however you want to say it, and a vegetable, ready to go, dine in, carry out. I would dine in. I would dine in and sit at the bar. I don't want to show them, obviously, but I was so excited. We have some two people in here right now that got off third shift. They came in. They're like, it's our 5 o'clock. We're going to get a couple beers. I encourage you, if you work third shift or you just want to start early, come sit at the bar and watch the show or have a brewski in my honor. We've got the Hy-Vee ad that's on the back page of the Discover Muscatine newspaper. Ooh, these are hot deals. This is perfect. We'll start here. So we've got hot deals on the front page of the Hy-Vee ad with strawberries and Cheerios and Skippy peanut butter and roses and yogurt and bacon and mandarins and Doritos and Sun Chips. Oh my, gotta love bacon, right? Anything better? I don't think there is. Farmland's a great brand, by the way. So find that. That's the front page of the Hy-Vee ad inside your paper. On the back page, we're doing our best to show you, like, hey, you don't have to go elsewhere to save money, right? You don't have to go to places that rhyme with Smaldy or Baldy. That's a better way to put it. Why haven't I used that? You don't have to go to Baldy to save money, right? Why would you go to Baldy? Baldy isn't better. So don't be fooled by their claims of being low price. Check it out. Price compares. No need to compare. We've done it for you. That's the truth, Ruth, and it's right there on the back page of the Discover Muscatine newspaper. And then I love, Chad, if we scroll down, there's just some things that we're reminding you about. When you shop at Hy-Vee, at this store alone, over 300 employees, including like 90 full-time people, literally. You know, it's pretty incredible. Free carts, keep the quarter, free smiles, helpful folks to bag your groceries, one-stop shop, supporting the community, employing veterans, servicemen and women. I mean, you know, employee-owned company. $53 million Hy-Vee as a company donated in 2019 to local organizations across our states that we serve. That's a real number, 53 million. Aldi doesn't even have bags. You have to pay for them. So I'm just saying, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it's an easy thing for me. Tomorrow and Saturday, if you love saving money on your fuel saver, 2 days to save at the pump with every $50 you spend on Friday and Saturday. 25 cents added to your fuel saver. It says it right there on the screen. The more you save, the more you spend, the more you save on gas. Don't pay full price at the pump. You kind of know the spiel. If you don't have a fuel saver card, I encourage you to do so. You can link it to the Hy-Vee app on your phone, scan it that way if you've got the actual card. If you don't have a fuel saver card, why not? Why wouldn't you? People, it amazes me, you know, once a week I'll hear somebody say, I ain't got no fuel saver. They're going to track my information. And I said, no, literally what it's going to do is it's going to save you money on gas. Did you come here on a horse? No, it was a sled pulled by coyotes. I'm like, no, it wasn't a sled pulled by coyotes. You drive a car or a truck or a van or whatever, unless it's a Tesla, it runs on gasoline. Why wouldn't you save money? It doesn't make sense. The friendliest gas station. They know everybody's name over there. I don't know how they do it. They know everybody's name. Mega Meat Mondays. Mega Meat Mondays. Mega Meat Mondays. We'll talk about this. So coming up every Monday in February. Started it this last Monday. Save again at the pump. So turn steak into gasoline or shrimp or deli meats and cheeses. It is connected to the meat, seafood, and deli department every single Monday in the month of February. It's Mega Meat Monday, an opportunity for you to spend, save, and fill your tank, right? So you could come into the store this Friday, Saturday, get some money on the fuel saver, fill up, and then come back on Monday for Mega Meat Monday. It is fantastic. I just want to go, I think I want to go to the Bags for a Cause, the red bags supporting the Muscatine Community YMCA. And let me glance at the time. Oh, yeah, this is a long show. That's good. So when you walk into the store, you have an opportunity to pick up an awesome reusable grocery bag that supports local causes. Each and every month, we change the local charity. The bag is $2.50. $1 from every single sale goes this month of February to the Muscatine Community YMCA to support everything that they do. And speaking of the Y, I'd be remiss if I didn't remind you that this Saturday is the wine dinner here at the Market Grill Express. Chad, don't worry about a graphic. This is Stream of Consciousness. Saturday, February 8th, wine dinner, 5 courses, Chef Scott, $50 a ticket, maybe 5 seats left. Call the Y. 263-9996. Does that sound like the Y number? 263-9996. Maybe. Don't quote me on that. I think that's right. And last but not least, I'll mention just that Monday, February 17th is the Special Olympics versus Muscatine Firefighter and Police Department annual game at the Y. It is a fun fundraiser. I want to look at the Lutheran Living Senior Campus calendar of events. Vince Gaeta plugging on Facebook. Good call, Vince. Karaoke at the VFW post here in Muscatine, 7 till 11 tonight. Thank you, Mr. Gaeta. And shout out to our friends at Lutheran Living Senior Campus, Naria, Randy, Kayla, Roxy, the whole crew. There's a lot of people that work there, and we appreciate them. All right, tomorrow on the show, well, if you can, we don't have to zoom in or anything, but let's see if I can get my shoulder right. Over this shoulder, on tap, is one of my favorite beers in the world. It's from Contrary Brewing. It's called the Cure for Pessimism IPA. Tomorrow, Jeff Mitchell on the show with Contrary Brewing. Think local, drink local. I love Contrary. It's a great thing for Muscatine. It's a tourist attraction, brings people into town. They serve our community, and it's a locally owned business. There it is, the Cure for Pessimism IPA from Contrary Brewing Company. So I can't say enough good things about Contrary. Jeff Mitchell in the house tomorrow. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think Jeff is Mark Mitchell's nephew that's perhaps moved from the Colorado area within the last 2 years to help the family business. What a family business. That's a great story. Also tomorrow, Lori Lanfear, longtime friend. I mean, I've known Lori for 7.5 years now. So Lori Lanfear connected to something that's super close to my heart, supporting folks with special needs in the form of bowling. So we'll talk about strikers and bowling with Lori Lanfear tomorrow at 9. All right. I've said it all. Thanks to several of the cast members from Legally Blonde. We had Alyssa, the director. I'm trying to remember who is here. Alyssa, the director. We had Anna Mason Garb. We had Jen Colbert, and we had Elena, right? I think I got that all right. Elena, who works here, by the way, part-time. Elena, Jen, Anna, Alyssa, Tony. And then the guy tickling the keys is the music director, who has a name that I can't remember. I'm sorry. It's my cross to bear. I don't know what you want from me. I'm honest about being bad with names. Hey, and also big thanks, of course, to Alma Brunson and Chris Chasto, the Michaela Brunson Memorial Blood Drive next week, and we'll talk more about that tomorrow at the Mississippi Valley Regional Blood Center donor location. Thanks to CBI Bank and Trust, Toyota Muscatine, and our friends at Lutheran Living Senior Campus. Thanks to you for watching. If you need anything from me, Hy-Vee@gmail.com. This frozen yogurt has turned into soup. So we'll put this back in the freezer, maybe in the way back. Slightly used froyo. Unless you like it this way, then you can just punch a straw in it. Since it is National Frozen Yogurt Day or whatever you want to do, I won't judge you. But I will say thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow when it'll be Friday. Take care, everybody. Goodbye.
Thanks for watching Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone.
Be very, very quiet while hunting wabbits.
We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community.
I'm trying to emote for the play that the alumni are putting on in Wilton this Friday, Saturday.
Questions, comments, know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, hyveetoday@gmail.com.